Hello, this is Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail store, and please kindly allow me to speak slowly because I got a problem because I didn't sleep last night. Now it's like 7 a.m. in Bangkok, Thailand, and the thing is, well, I got a problem with my processor here, also my RAMs and hard drive. So if you're an existing owner, I mean the present owners of probably the Macbook Air 2013, 14, you don't really need to upgrade your Mac at the moment. But if you're thinking of buying the new MacBook Air 2015 or so-called early 2015 to be more specific, I'm going to coach you, I'll do my best to coach you how to choose. There are 3 different types of customers: value conscious, price sensitive, performance oriented. Well, if you're my client, you walk to the store, okay, you haven't been my client, you're my guest at the moment. You ask me, Mark, so help me choose. First, try not to buy the 11, of course. It lacks the SDXC, shorter batteries, and you can't take advantage of the new PCIe-based flash storage, different types of ratio is too small, several things. Those function key is too small, smaller trackpad. I can spend days explaining why you shouldn't buy the 11, and so I'm going to talk about the 13-inch MacBook Air 2015. If you want to buy one, try to buy the entry level. I know it's hard to swallow because it has only like 128 gigabytes of internal storage. Now you buy the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, you got 128. You buy the iPad Air 2, the iPad Mini 3, you got 128 of the internal storage. Of course, if money is not the problems, the company pay for you, someone support you, you got sponsored. You don't really need to watch my video. But when you want to spend your hard-earned money wisely, like for instance, well, you're a student, well, the thing is, and you want to be smart, you want to spend your money wisely because, well, when you buy a Mac, don't try to spend too much money because they change models every year. That's the point. So, listen to me carefully. If you want to buy one, try to buy the entry level with 128 gigabyte of internal storage for the MacBook Air early 2015. I recommend the entry level. I still insist that I recommend the entry level with 128 gigabyte internal storage for $999. And I do strongly recommend that you should increase the RAM from 4 to 8. You're gonna need it over time for your, well, in order to prolong your product lifespan, in order to support the new version of Mac OS 10, you're going to need more RAM, and you can increase the RAM over time. I strongly recommend that you don't buy the standard configuration, you buy it online. You go to the custom to configs or custom to order page, you increase the RAM to 8. And if you're kind of like you need something light and of course don't like a new MacBook, you're like performance oriented customer, I strongly recommend, in order to take it, in order to take advantage of, okay, I'm buying the latest models on the market and needs faster performance, you're gonna have to pay a hefty amounts of $170 to upgrade to the i7 processor. But, well, albeit you increase the speed of the processor, of course you upgrade the processor, it's gonna be only like 20% faster. So I don't really recommend that, but if you like, well, you can go for it. Buy the entry level, okay? MacBook Air 13, increase the RAMs to 8, do it online. You're gonna have to, if you're gonna increase the RAM, you're gonna have to do it on the original purchase date. Now I'll get serious. I'm a buying coach, so my job is to coach you to spend wisely over this Apple MacBook lineup. If you want to buy the top of the line MacBook Air, early 2015. Of course, you get 256 gigabytes of internal storage capacity, and then you increase the RAM too to 8. So you're gonna have to pay how much? $12.99. With these amounts, $12.99, you can buy the entry level of the new MacBook, early 2015. The entry level costs $12.99. But the thing is, and of course you might think, well, Mark, so yeah, I can like spend wisely, right? I can spend wisely. Now I'm getting really clever and smart. Well, I pay $12.99. Yes, that's great. Well, you know what? Why shouldn't I buy the Air? You know, I spend that amount of money. I got the new MacBook, Retina displays, you know, stunning gold color, and I get like the new keyboard with butterfly mechanism. You know, like the new force touch trackpad, the force touch trackpad. You know, trackpad that can, you know, measure multi-levels of pressure, and then act upon those multi-level pressure. I mean, can like perform different actions depending on, you know, how hard trackpad is being pressed. So you should buy the new MacBook. You know what? On stage, March 10 in Thailand, what they didn't say on the stage, well, they said, well, this is the USB Type-C. The USB Type-C. The new industry standard. The most versatile. What they didn't say that you're gonna have to buy an additional adapter. You can't even hook it up to a regular, you know, bloody USB 3 like flash drive without that adapter. You're gonna have to pay a hefty amount of $79 in order to be able to. Of course, I gotta tell you something. There is another type of adapter. It's called USB Type-C, USB-C, USB Type-C, whatever they call it, to regular USB. But of course, it's $19. But the thing is, you can charge your Mac at the same time simultaneously while you're transferring files. The $79 adapter is a must. And secondly, it has only one part, most versatile, for data transfer, for charging, and for video out, or so-called video output. For sensings, multi-touch trackpad that can give you haptic or tactile feedback. And someday someone's gonna walk to me, Mark, it's not working, it's broken, how can I fix it? So the bottom line, besides being crazy mode for, is you want to buy the Air. It's my suggestion over this one. Buy the entry level with 8 gigabytes of RAM upgrade. That was all. But if you need 256 of inner storage, might consider getting the MacBook. But you're gonna have to be aware of the hassle caused by limited numbers, limited amounts of peripherals. The common denominator, you're gonna have to be aware of one thing as a precaution. There is one common denominator for every first generations of Apple products. They always come with some technical flaws or design flaws, bugs, when we refer to operating system, whether it's the iOS or Mac OS 10, whatever. You're gonna have to be aware of this before you buy the new MacBook. This is it. You have read, if you have been keeping up with, you know, Mac Rumor sites or 9 to 5, whatever, they didn't pay to like advertise their sites. Of course, you might have read, I believe that you might have read story about, you know, new Retina MacBook Air, new Retina 12-inch MacBook Air. This is the one. That thing is not the MacBook. This is the MacBook. Unibody MacBook. This is the MacBook. And that's the MacBook Pro. This one is a 17-inch quad-core i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, discrete GPU, 1 terabyte internal storage, and I can change to SSD anytime I like. That's the MacBook Pro. And that's the MacBook. How do you define the word air? Air is like a metaphor. Remember Steve Jobs said, pull it out of these large envelopes, that's the air. Why? Because they wanted to test the market. And if you want to be a guinea pig, an early adopter, or so-called guinea pig for them, they wanted to test the market. Or they should have that was the reason why they didn't discontinue MacBook Air in the first place. That's what all. The new MacBook early 2015 is the MacBook Air with Retina display 12-inch. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how to do business. But you know what? The thing is, when we know, of course it's a buying coach. You may say, well, because they're trying to be clever. You are clever, you got brain. You might think, well, I paid $300 for the top of the line MacBook early 2015, and I got 512. You buy the Air, you pay, like $300 more. You got only like 512 gigabytes of inner storage. You upgrade internal storage, and they say things like, well, you buy the regular MacBook, you pay that same amount, you got slightly faster processor. But in real world tests or real life uses, you won't see a huge difference. You're gonna have to be smart. As I said millions of times on my channels, if you can't buy anything good, you don't buy anything. If you really want to buy the Air, okay, go for the entry level with 128 gigabyte. It has the SDXC card slot, and you can ask me how to remove your iPhoto library, iTunes library, to that SD card, like from Transcend, the short one. You insert that card inside and leave it right there permanently. Move your media file to there. Make it your destination for your uTorrent download destinations. That was all. Increase RAM to 4 gigabytes for 10.10.3 or 10.11, 12, 13. In the long runs, 4 is not enough anymore. If you can't buy anything good, don't buy anything. Consider buying the MacBook, and be aware of that $79, $19 adapter. And that's the bottom line, because Mark says so. Thanks for watching.